What up, YouTube? Nate here. Just finished shooting a pickup video at nighttime at La Maison de thriftdweller. I'm in my Exco hoodie. Talked about it in that pickup video. Let me know if you know anything about Exco. What are your thoughts about Exco? I wear this, it's like my pajama hoodie. I love it. It's really just very plush and comfortable. Welcome to DaVlog, where I'm just sitting here at my office and I talk to you guys. Funny enough, this really wasn't supposed to be an office. This was supposed to be like my library. But 2 kids later, this is forever going to be the office library video game room. What is up today? We recently shot our Extra Life charity fundraiser test stream 2 weeks before the official date, November 7th. Here's some clips from that day. A little bit of BTS. What up, YouTube? Welcome to the pregame of the annual charity live stream for Extra Life Charities. We masked up. Heavyweight champion of Japan Pro, Lester, is there. Lester Iganaga. About an hour into the live stream, we got some good chat here with Stewfish, Ed. Who else is in there?
Lionel was in here.
Lionel, what's up?
And I think, was there
was one more guy. I can't remember.
Gulpane was there.
Gulpane was there. So shout out to you guys. I lost. Technically, we're doing round robins for our Extra Life charity fundraiser for NHL Hits. And I lost twice to these 2 hooligans over here. The J-Baby. Metal Jesus. You can see here I was talking about some perks for the day. Where anyone who donates, starting from that day, because there were a couple people that donated that day, and on the official charity live stream on November 7th, we will have one of the perks you'll be on a list, like a Patreon list. But we don't do Patreon on our channel. But it'll be like a shout out. Every 2 videos a month, I will dedicate it to making content, so at least you guys can be shouted out. For everyone who donated, you can put whatever name you want on that list that will scroll up. You know, still need a name for the list. Let me know in the comments below. I was thinking, Ian came up with the most ingenious name, just Thrift Dweller, the list, Chris Jericho style. Pretty cool. I came up with the ill list, the ill list, because you're all ill, which is good. But it went to support sick kids. Could call it like the world's greatest. A song by, oh man, never mind. That guy goes to jail. I also got to try this hot sauce from Lester's girlfriend. I didn't know if I was allowed to or not, so I'm sorry if I took your hot sauce. Just taking a quick break from our Extra Life stream. Somebody actually donated, which is really cool. Vegetarian pizza, they got shrimp on their pizza, but this is what I was like, cool. First we feast. We'll try some of this. We'll see how it tastes. But it was delicious. That was like so much flavor in that hot sauce, and it wasn't like too hot. I don't know, I have a little bit of a different heat tolerance than a lot of my friends. I can tolerate quite a bit of heat, but it still had a lot of flavor in it. That's my thing, man. I don't want it to be just hot for the sake of being hot. You know, that's Lester's job. I like a lot of flavor in the heat. Overall, it was a really fun day. Thank you to everybody who joined us for the majority of the stream. Shout out to like Noah, Ed, who else was there? Baby Jay. I had this like big giant baby head, and since he was the first one who donated that day, we named that head, which I plan to keep for future live streams because it's just dope. Baby J, the mascot of our Extra Life pre-stream. That does not sound good, pre-stream. It's like when you go for a test, make sure you get a mid-stream test, not a pre-stream. Like I said on my pickup video, our numbers for the dreaded T-virus in our city, it's not really the T-virus, the C-virus in our city has gone up like ridiculous. And whatever you believe, whatever part of the spectrum you land on, we just don't want to be a part of like the problem by meeting together. Like, just because they don't mandate we are not allowed to meet doesn't mean we can't do something already. And you know, it's a shared burden with everybody. We don't want to, you know, if you're going to be going social isolations, like why should we be out broadcasting that we're all together, 4 different families, 4 different bubbles of bubbles? Why risk it? Hopefully we can do something that day. I'm not sure how it's going to go. We got to see when it gets closer to the event. We still might have it, you know, if the numbers go down in our city and we all feel comfortable. Again, please respect. Everybody has like a different comfort tolerance. I did ask a couple friends of mine to shoot some quote-unquote top 3 Tuesdays to kind of help us promote the day. And the first one up I'm going to share with you is longtime friend of the channel and has been missing from YouTube, good old Ed, not ET1138. This is the other Ed. River City Retro with our homie Max. Ed did a video, a top 3 Tuesday, which I have not seen yet. I'm going to watch it right now and react to it with you guys.
Hey, how's it going? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you happen to be catching this video. It's your boy Ed from River City Retro Game.
Oh, so good to see his face again. Thank you for doing this, by the way, Ed.
And WTFN podcast.
Yeah, he did a podcast called the Why the F Not podcast. I liked it. Maybe because he was my friend, but I really got invested in that podcast. And it was kind of sad that, life goes on. People have to, prioritize things, and he can really continue it. But he's living a happy life right now. I'll tell you that right now.
I have a very quick top 3 question for Nate from the Thrift Dwellers. Right around the corner, we have a new generation of consoles.
Fuck, his voice is really good, I think, for radio.
And all of them are backwards compatible with all the games from the past generation. So, my question for you are, what are your top 3 games that you're going to revisit on your new console? Whether it be the PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series, whatever they want to call it, and so on and so forth.
Okay, the first thing that I can't really look away from is his cooking appliances on that shelf. Man of two passions, music and cooking. I think that's a rice cooker. We got one. We got one, guys. Filipinos unite. Anyways, that's a good question. Let's see what Ed's answer is first, and maybe we can give ours.
So I'm going to come in with number 3 on my list, and that is Bloodborne. Bloodborne was such a fantastic game, a great storyline if you're willing to take the time to try and look through everything and try and find it. But honestly, the gameplay itself is just so solid and so strong that I really want to play it at a higher frame rate. And I'm hoping that this uses that Gaming Boost Plus, or whatever they call it, for the PlayStation 4, so we can get a nice solid 60 frames per second off of that game. That'd be wonderful. So that's going to be number 3 for revisiting.
Okay, I know Ian would really agree with you on that. I only watched Ian play that game. Game looks amazing. I look really overexposed right now. I'm not getting next generation consoles. Maybe I'll just buy the game cheap and play it on my PS4.
Number 2 for me is going to be God of War. Now, I'm choosing God of War strictly because I never beat it when it came out. I can't remember what game was coinciding with it, but there was another game that came out, and I decided about 2/3 of the way through of that game to just kind of stop and play different games. So a few weeks back, I thought, hey, I'm going to fire it back up and go again. But I very quickly thought, hey, I got a PS5 coming in just a couple weeks. And I do know for a fact that one is getting the game boost. So that one is going to have a higher frame rate and a little bit better resolution. So that is definitely number 2 on my list. And
it's a pretty solid pick, actually, God of War.
Number 1 on my list is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake. I absolutely loved what they did with it. I like how they emphasize and really put a lot of extra effort towards smaller pieces of the story that they were doing within Midgar. And the fact that they embellish it the way that they do is just fantastic. The gameplay is so solid, and the graphics are just amazing. So I would like to see that at its higher frame rate and a much smoothed out texture, and that's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. But enough about what I think. Nate, I'm putting this question on you because I'm really interested to see what you're going to be revisiting. Either way, this was Ed from River City Retro Gaming WTFN podcast saying, hey, we'll see you next time. Take it easy.
What an asshole. I miss him. Goddamn, I am so behind on consoles. Like, when you ask me what I'm going to re-experience, I barely touched my PS4. I could revisit games that I already played. Okay, what? I'm just going to say games in my mind that they're probably from PS3 that I should revisit on the PS4. Okay, my list will just be modified. 3 games that I want to see, redone for the next generation. Faster frame rates, more polygon counts, just whatever, HD'd up. One game I would love to see HD'd up was Splatterhouse. I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm a very simple man with simple tastes. I don't need really deep mechanics and gameplay. Show me some gore, show me some cool shit to do. I'm all in for that game. So I would love to see Splatterhouse. Number 2, these are in any order, by the way. Number 2, a game I would love to see HD'd up. I'm not gonna lie. I really liked Resident Evil 5, but I don't think that game was solid enough that they would ever remake it. But if I could experience that game in enhanced mode. I would love to play Res 5 again. I like the whole Sheva Chris dynamic. I thought that was really cool. Excella was really dope in that. Again, simple man, simple tastes. And number 1, I would love to see Dragon's Crown redone. Super HD. Beautiful. I know it's already hand-drawn graphics or whatever. Like, you don't really need HDR or whatever in that game. But I would love to see Dragon's Crown. I really enjoyed that game a lot on the PS3. I probably butchered this question. But let me know in the comments below your top 3 Tuesday for that. Thanks for the hard question, you jerk. Anyways, another person who I asked to contribute to this is